could take a break from this world. Running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I always stay dreaming, never imagined I lose my spark. Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. Finally, I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. Higher to a bird. You, I'm rising, I'm soaring above it all. I just wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free. I wanna be free.
I know we're a little late. I understand that. I know we're a little late into the year. I understand that too. I know that my ring light don't work. Otherwise, it'll knock out my picture. Know all of that. But what I also do know, it is 2026, and welcome back to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive new. I haven't done it in so long. I forgot what it was. Welcome to Radical Truth to Power, the progressive news show with Let's Be S3. I am your host, Marlon, along with Anna Hart.
There it is.
Where this is. But we are back. 2025 can kiss my ass. Worst year in a long time. So here, everybody having a wonderful 2026. We haven't been on and on. Wow. A lot of things happen. A lot of things I'm not going to get into because it's kind of personal, but a lot of things have happened. And a lot of things have happened with you over these last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, maybe. Who knows? But we are family. We're going to come together. We're going to get through this together and everything else. And that's enough of me rattling on because I'm so out of practice. I don't even know how to do this stuff no more. I got to get back to doing shows every weekend. I'm losing my touch. So, Ella, take it away, because, ooh, I'm floundering it over here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it much better. I'm tired. Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I had a nice, quiet with family, of course, New Year's, and just I had a support group today, and I am tired. That's what's going on. Yeah.
Well, we'll try not to keep you on late in a way. With a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get this party started. Let's go ahead and do the Radical Truth and Power part. The big news all this week has been the Venezuelan president being arrested by the United States of all people. Kidnapped is what it is, but
yeah,
we're trying to clean it up by saying arrest. But he had his trial yesterday. He went to court. It was yesterday or Thursday, one at a time. He went.
I think Thursday.
Thursday.
Pled not guilty.
Pleaded not guilty. I'm not going to get into it. Let's go ahead and look at the news clip and get an update on what's happened, what's happening right now, and what's going to happen or predicted to happen.
The Trump administration is facing mounting questions over its strategy there. This is days after the U.S. attacked the country and captured its leader, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife, Celia Flores. They made their first court appearance in New York yesterday on drug-related charges, including narco-trafficking. Both pleaded not guilty, and Maduro described himself as a prisoner of war. It comes as the Trump administration faces growing criticism from some members of Congress and countries around the world over the legality of the operation and then also what comes next. President Trump said the U.S. will run Venezuela and tap its vast oil reserves. At the same time, in an exclusive interview with NBC News, the president insisted the U.S. was not at war with Venezuela. In a few moments, we will speak with NBC News legal analyst Misty Maris. Before that, we're going to bring in our chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons. We are lucky to have him here in New York and on set with us. Keir, good morning. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Walk us through what happened in court yesterday. There were so many questions before this happened about exactly what was going to go down. There were some tense moments.
Yeah,
Tell us.
A lot of drama. The reporters in the courtroom described being able to hear the leg shackles of Nicolas Maduro before he even arrived in the court. Wow. He described himself as the president of the Republic of Venezuela, said, as you mentioned at the top there, that he is an innocent man, said that he had been kidnapped. His wife, Flores, also spoke and said that she was completely innocent. The judge stopped him at one point to say, we'll get into all this at some stage, but he repeated it again when a man shouted inside the court that he will pay. He said again, I am innocent, I am a decent man, speaking in Spanish, both of them wearing headphones in order to be able to hear the translation from the English, but from the English that was being spoken in court. But, you know, a dramatic day after a dramatic weekend.
There are so many questions now, Keir, about what does happen with the leadership of Venezuela, from people living there, from everybody who's heard the president say that we will run Venezuela. We mentioned that the president did tell NBC News that the U.S. was not at war with Venezuela, but what did he say about how this works moving forward? Is there any indication that the U.S. is supporting elections anytime soon? What does this look like?
No, he didn't dismiss elections, but he didn't say they were going to happen anytime soon, as you mentioned. Crucially, didn't say they were going to happen within 30 days. He was speaking to our own Kristen Welker. It was around about a 20-minute conversation. And I'll just read a little bit of the quote because you know, his precise words are important. This important important time. We have to fix the country first. You can't have an election. There's no way people could even vote, President Trump said. It's going to take a period of time. We have to nurse the country back to health. Now, the Deputy White House Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, speaking yesterday, took what President Trump had said much further and talked about a U.S. victory over Venezuela and talked about having been able to, right a wrong of Chinese influence in Venezuela, of Russian influence of Venezuela, talked about it as a program for America to assert itself in the Western Hemisphere. That's not the White House legal policy, but it's part of what has clearly been I think you've got to say, a multi-pronged strategy by the White House around this Venezuela action over the weekend.
I wonder, do these guys even talk to each other? Because they contradict each other. At least I caught one contradiction. We're not at war with Venezuela. Okay, we're not at war with Venezuela. We defeated Venezuela. We have victory over Venezuela. What victory? Did you not say we was fighting them? So what victory? You can't have a victory against somebody you just said you're not fighting. We're not at war. I'm not going to make this long. And just get to the point of the whole matter. This was oil. Okay? It was all about the oil. Period. We're done. Venezuela is second behind Iran with oil production or the Middle East. That's what all of this is about. You went over there, you kidnapped their leader. All of a sudden, you're talking about drugs. Now, and I know you're tired. I know I'm tired too. But isn't it strange that for years, not this administration, but Trump's first administration, Venezuela never came up when they talked about drugs. When they talked about drugs, where did they always say it's coming from? Mexico. Mexico, wall. We got to put everything up. We got to protect them. All of it was Mexico. Now, all of a sudden, for the last month and a half, you've been attacking Venezuela. You did it for the oil. You did it to have that reasoning, drugs. But I hate to even say this when it comes to America, especially MAGA. Do you really have to have a reason, though? I mean, this is not a legal, statement from the White House. This has nothing to do with legality. None of this is legal. And to put a fine point on how stupid this really is, the House has now passed in the House with some Republicans voting for a bill that will prevent the United States from attacking Venezuela anymore. My question, what was you going to tackle for anyway? You got what you wanted. You got the president, you got the oil. What was you going back over there to do? So
they want to build up all the infrastructure of the oil fields there for the crude refinery, and if you follow the money, this goes back to Exxon, this goes back to Bush, and a couple decades ago, signing away a lot of Venezuela's autonomy to their own natural resources. This is one of the world's biggest sources of crude oil.
Hey, Tracy.
But this is where the chaos of the Trump regime keeps on rearing its ugly head, because it does something so outrageous, such as kidnapping another sovereign country's president. And then you hear all these things about Trump is going to pay back some of his biggest donors, oil people. But then you also start to hear that a lot of the oil companies, they don't want to go into Venezuela. It's has not had updates for decades. It's crumbling. So I'm not sure if anything, what is going to happen in the next year. This is basically, it's been demoralizing for a lot of people. We don't like feeling like we are the bad guys, but guess what? We are officially amongst China, Russia, North Korea, people who work outside of international law. It's not going to matter how much the UN tries to rein the US in. It's not going to happen. Trump does things and then doesn't ask questions later. Like he said, the only thing that holds him back now is his morality, which is a scary thought, because the man is not well. But here we are in the midst of another conflict over oil. We're talking about an easy topple of a duly elected leader of a country. And when people see a power vacuum, evil people come in to fill. I don't want to think too much on what could happen, because the possibilities scare me endlessly.
Possibilities are endless. We have no order. I mean, that's just we don't have any order anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in a time in the United States where I hate to even say it like this, but I don't know a better way of saying it. We're living in a time now where corruption and law breaking and everything is about to become the norm. And it's
It already has.
yeah. I mean, it's like I said, I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this, but why did you even come up with the excuse about drugs? For what? Why didn't you just tell the truth that it was about the oil? I mean, because what is going to happen? You have, and I didn't want to get deep into it, but the situation that happened in Minnesota with the ICE agent that killed the lady. You already have Danston that came out and said, well, he's going to have immunity. You have the DEA who decided to take over the case. I mean, the Department of Defense decided to take over the case. The Department of the DOJ, that's what I want to say.
There you go.
The DOJ wants to take over the case. You run the DOJ, bruh. What's going to happen? Nothing. Nothing is going to happen. There's nothing that literally is going to happen. And this ICE agent, which is surprising enough, married to an illegal Filipino woman, is just going to go away scot-free. So, give me the good old Reagan days where they used to be a very good liar. You knew they was going to do wrong, but hey,
right.
At least they spit the story. These guys are just like, yeah, we did it, and what? And we're going to get away with it. And we got 3 more years to do it. So what? And by the way, just to make it's crystal clear, folks. Crystal clear. 2026 is a full year of this administration. Full year. So, yeah. 12 months. Y'all get ready. That's all I can tell you. I don't have anything. You got anything else, Anna?
Well, if you're going to bring up Nicole Good, rest in power, rest in peace. You can feel something changing, and there are people who are just, that's it, we're going to the streets. And there are people who I follow who study history and say that times like this echo a lot of what happened in the run-up to the Civil War, to World War II. So they look back in history and try to harm us as best we can. And something is changing, and something is going to break soon over this country. Please be careful with our younger generations. And look both ways out there. Shit's about to get real. Sorry.
Yep, it is. And I sent you a private message. Just let me know. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next story. So that was our radical truth to power. So
if you want to, I'm going to leave that one up to you. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a long show. Mainly because I ain't got much to put on here anyway. It is amazing.
So much has happened, but there's not a whole lot to say. Not yet.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and just swing through it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and swing through it. Let's go ahead and get into our story again. as you know, I've switched up a lot of things started last year where we just don't do am I the a-hole stories, am I the a-hole stories, blah, blah, blah. We do stories. And we give our opinion instead of just saying, you are the a-hole, you're not the a-hole, blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and get to this story, which I really want you to get your thoughts on this, Anna. I really do, because I think you would be a powerful voice to what this story is about. Cry it out.
Okay, so this happened about 2 years ago. I'm a 25-year-old guy who lives in Iran, which is a very sucky country to live in or be born in. Everything here sucks and it's incredibly hard, including finding a job. I've been unemployed since COVID hit my country, and just recently I managed to finally find a job. COVID is still raging here since they won't vaccinate us, so most times we work from home. I've been dating this girl for about 9 months, which I know isn't a long time. But since I'm planning on leaving this country forever in a few months, I've really invested myself in this relationship because we plan to leave together and everything's been going so smoothly. My anxiety was practically gone, and I was really happy after a really long life of being depressed. Yesterday, out of nowhere, my girlfriend broke up with me and told me that she isn't feeling the relationship anymore, and that I'm a really good guy and she doesn't want to hurt my feelings in the long run. This destroyed me, but I understand. I told her to give us another chance, but she said no, it's better this way. She's a very honest person, so I believe her and I leave. I accept the outcome, even though I immediately start crying. Anyway, today I'm still pretty bummed out, but I gotta go to the office for a couple of hours, and my boss is there to help me, which is a big relief since I really didn't feel like working. I take a smoke break, and I start thinking back about my fond memories with my girlfriend, and I start crying a little. I go back upstairs, and my boss immediately finds out that I've been crying, and he insists on me telling him what happened, so I do. He looks me dead in the eyes and says, "Wow, you were crying over that? Such a weak person. I don't think you're a good fit for the company if that's the stuff you're worried about. I think you should leave." At this point, I start laughing because this is clearly a joke, right? Right? Wrong. He looked at me like I was insane and asked me to leave immediately, so I packed up my stuff and did as I was told. Yesterday, I had a girlfriend whom I loved, a job, and a good future ahead of me. Now, I'm just a guy who has to leave his country and everyone he loves because he was born in one of the worst places possible, and he's doing it completely alone and broken. Honestly, maybe boys shouldn't cry. Down in the comments, we have this story from Unfiltered America. A few months ago, I had an employee hit a really rough patch with his lady. He called me up in the middle of the night asking if I could come pick him up because he had to leave his house. This guy is tough. He spent time in prison, has tattoos from head to toe, left his past behind him, and has become an honest person, bettering himself every day. When I picked him up, I took him over to the bar that I run, sat him down with a big glass of water, and he cried. He cried hard, loud, painful, sobbing, snot bubbles out the nose cry. I sat and listened, refilled his water, and listened more. His mom had died the month before from COVID, and it was taking its toll on his relationship, since his whole extended family all shared the same roof. I never thought less of this man, not even once because he showed that side of himself to me. I made sure he got back home okay once he cried it out and calmed down. And the next day he worked, he came into my office and gave me a hug and said, "Bro, I've never had a boss like you, man. You have no idea what that meant to me. I had no one else to call. Thank you, man. Bro, I love you for what you did."
Aw. It is a shame. My heart goes out to OP. He comes from a place where men are not supposed to have those kinds of emotions. To show weakness is I don't know, it's just not a vulnerability that they ever prepare their sons for. Yeah, very happy for the little stories in between that say, the internet is breaking through so many barriers. What we used to think was natural and common sense just 20 years ago, it has changed. So we're in a time of a lot of young men who are asking themselves, do I have to uphold patriarchy? Is this thing healthy for us, even? And why can't I try it out? Why does that immediately make so many people uncomfortable? I'm always going to advocate for, I will give you a safe place to speak your mind, whatever is going on in there. I tell people in the support group, there is nothing that you can't say that I haven't actually already heard, or at least heard of. And I have to say, I'm so proud of the men that we have in our group, because they are actively pushing against a system that does really nothing for them. And they're trying to bring up their sons in a way that makes sense and meets them halfway. For the story, I really hope that OP can get more sources behind him, because he's not going to be able to do it alone. He's already realized that. And for a lot of people, the only answer, really and truly, is I must leave my country. That is so messed up. And you think about it. I'm not safe where I live. I am not safe enough to speak my mind. They might start beating me. They may start just kidnapping me off the streets. We're talking about an area of the country that still uses a lot of archaic laws, including women covered head to toe in a burqa, and not of their own choosing. But that was a heavy story. Like, it got real very fast, and unfortunately, from the very beginning, I was like, where is the other ball gonna drop, though? He kind of seems a little too like, yeah, I'm gonna do it, it's gonna happen. They're let me see. With the internet, he should have at least some access to different countries and research. Hopefully, he has started to look into, how do I get to another country? What papers do I need? Because that's a stupid thing that we need now. I mean, yes, we've always needed papers. But there's so many people who, like, they want to come to the US. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you do not. Even though, yes, it's probably better than where you are coming from. You are still an other, unfortunately. You will never make it out of this black and brown class that the white people here are so fucking scared that they're in a minority situation, that they may not control everything. We live in absolutely crazy times. But not unprecedented. We have been all these places before. You know, and we have been telling you guys the best way to defeat fascism is to get out of your house and go reach your arm over to your neighbor and say, hey, neighbor, is there anything that you need? Just wanted to let you know I'm going to the store tomorrow. I could pick something up for you if you didn't have it. Do you have a car? Are you food secure? I'm still going to push that you go and talk to someone. Because I forget the saying, but basically when you don't let people break you down and you still live your life according to your morals, your inner compass. If you don't lose that, they don't win, ultimately. Oh, okay, and suddenly I'm going, where the hell did this all start from? I've gotten too far away from the original topic.
No, it's same topic.
But it just, it's so, it fits.
Yeah.
It's
It's all about support.
yeah.
And this guy needs some emotional support.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is physical support. How's your food? Do you need a ride somewhere? How are you feeling today? You know, things like that.
Well, that's very much a part of your emotional support as well. Because if you do not have a way to get your needs seen to, it's incredibly demoralizing.
It is. I listen to a lot of these. It's hard to describe what it is. It's sketches. It's not real stories, okay? It's just sketches. It's voice actors, basically.
Yeah.
But I listen to a lot of them because I just want to mix things up. It's like, just listen to a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
It's
And
not stupid.
these are some bad stories. These are some really bad
Oh,
stories.
okay, gotcha.
These
Sorry.
are some really bad stories. I mean, the worst of the worst is always texting the wife or the girlfriend and say, I stole your husband or your boyfriend and I'm going to marry him, and then realize you text the wrong person and blah, blah. It's stupid stories. But I'm getting to a point, though. I really am. Because one of the more demoralizing stories is the guy who does nothing, sits on his butt. And I'm speaking from a guy's point of view. It can be women too, but I'm talking to the men. And the stories is always, you haven't worked in 6 months and I'm the one that's putting food on the table and everything. Yeah. You still need to do this, that, and the other, and how to make. And it just dawned on me. And every time I hear those stories, I'm just like, do you have any moral obligation inside of you to say you need to get your ass up and go work? Because you said the word demoralizing. To me, that's demoralizing. And no, I'm not doing patriarchy and anything like that. I'm doing earn your keep.
Yes.
So to speak. Like,
because I would expect a woman to have to earn her keep as well.
Yes.
So, not patriarchy.
No. It's the fact that, and I'm going to get back to the story in a second. It's the fact that these stories just kill me when they just have those, like, bruh, really? You going to let your woman go out there and work to keep you sheltered, fed, clothed, warm? Like, okay. And then you still talking shit? Okay. Anyway, that's why I said some of them stories are stupid. It's like,
yes, they
bruh.
are. Those are.
Now let's get to this story. I'll get to the first story. Cause Tracy said, what did Tracy say? Tracy said, this makes no sense. He was the boss. Yeah, but I don't want you to concentrate on the boss said it, because I don't want you to think he's the boss. He shouldn't say stuff like that. It's not a boss to subordinate situation. It's the country. The boss is still part of the issue that's going on in the country that they're in. Men don't cry. So using that logic, if men don't cry in this country, I don't want men that cry working for this company. Now, it's a stupid logic, but it is this logic.
Right.
I'm speaking to the men right now. Well, no, before I say what I have to say, let's move on to the second story. The second story, that was a break. It was a good break, thank goodness. The guy knew who to call. He knew who he was safe with.
Yeah.
And he let it all out. Because no telling how long, well, sound like a month, but who knows what happened before his mother died. I mean, his mother died last month, but how long was she sick? What emotional, scars did that leave on him before she passed away? Then I don't know what the situation with him and his girlfriend, but he said there was something going on with his relationship because it's affected his relationship because they're all under the same roof. That was an emotional break that, thank goodness, it happened and you got it out of your system. There may be times when you're going to need to do it again, but at the very least, this is a great start. You're going to have to emotionally break down before you just freaking break down, period. I can't speak so eloquently like Anna, but I can do physical situations. So I'll say it like this. Remember how I always Y'all don't remember because I never brought it up. I always say you're gonna have to rest sometimes. You know, that grind and hustle and all that other stuff that was really popular in the years. Go out there and just grind and hustle and blah blah blah. And sleep is for the weak and everything else. And I'm telling you, from my point of view, keep going. Your body is going to break down. Your body is going to stop before you want to stop. It has nothing to do with grinding out. It has nothing to do with man up. It has nothing to do with tough it out. It has nothing to do with that. It is physically your body telling you, okay, you don't want to stop, I'll stop for you.
I don't know.
Emotions is the same way. You don't want to let it out? I'm going to let it out at the most obtuse time. That's the first story. The first story. You're going to have to let it out. Me personally, just peeling back the curtains, I have to get to that point. Haven't got there yet, but at least I know I have to. In the country, in the first story, you ain't never supposed to. The only emotion men are supposed to... Woo, this is going to be a terrible statement, but it's true, Anna.
Okay.
You know, it's so funny that we're in that country. The only emotion that country can show is the only emotion the men in that country can show is anger
Mm.
and happiness, I guess. But sadness, crying, and nope.
No weakness.
Depression, woo, woo. Tough it out. And don't get it twisted. Because Anna is right. During COVID, when this country slowed down, everybody had no choice but to start listening to what's going on. I heard what you were saying, Anna. I really did. The internet really did help.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think COVID really helped people to understand that this is not okay. This is not okay.
Yeah.
And now we're going to turn this not being okay to it not being the norm. We're going to make it uncomfortable for you to say what the hell you want to say. A lot of comedians back then was being upset because they was canceled. You wasn't canceled. People just didn't want to listen to you no more. That's not cancel. You can't make people come to your concerts. You can't make people buy your albums. If they don't want to hear your stuff anymore because they think it's rude, obnoxious, bigoted, homophobic, sexist, xenophobic, all those things, they have a right to. If you happen to lose money because of it, hey, maybe you wasn't as funny as you think your ass was.
Mm-hmm.
If the only way, and I can say it now because I grew up, because I had to grow up. I thought these comedians were funny. Now I think they're not. That's growing up. I used to piss in a diaper. I don't do it anymore. I grew up. That's what growing up is. You do change. You don't have to stay the same. Oh, you thought he used to be funny? Well, yeah, and I don't now.
Well, and people can also, because public opinion can change and shift, and we can look at something and we may have laughed at that 20 years ago, but now the next generation down is going, I don't find that very funny. That's not being canceled.
No, no,
No, I get what you're saying. So
no. It is not being canceled, because for you to say you're being canceled, I don't want to change what I'm doing, and I
right.
want y'all to still listen to me. No, no. That's not being canceled. But to move on, the Me Too movement occurred during that time. It was just a lot of things that occurred during the COVID hours, and it was because the world shut down. And when you shut down, you reach out on the internet. Can you imagine what the bandwidth during COVID was? Because it was a lot, probably.
Yep.
But a lot of people was able to connect with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the LGBTQ community probably have been around for longer than I can even imagine it being longer. But hot diggity damn, during COVID did it blow up. And hot diggity damn did they say, we're here. And what you gonna do about it? BLM, we're here. And what you gonna do about it? And these organizations that I'm telling you have been around for years. They've been around before COVID.
Oh, yes.
Okay? Both organizations I just said has been around before COVID. But we had to slow the world down for you to start listening to them. And now that you are, and thank goodness the momentum is still going. Things are getting better and better and better for organizations and the people that's in these organizations. They're finding more support in these organizations instead of being, oh, they're just another group. I say all that to say this. It will get better. People are hearing us. By statistics, the suicide rate is higher for men than women. That's not a coincidence. Because we grew up with the thing of always toughening up. And man, you know what? I don't wanna. Emotionally, right now, I'm not as strong as you seem to think that I should be, because I have a pair between my legs. Sorry, I'm not. And for your sake, I'm going to do something about it, because all you want to do is tell me to throw dirt in it and rub it in and walk it off. And Anna was right. 20 years ago, that's what you did. Walk it off. Go take a walk. Go hit the gym. Stuff don't work all the time, bro. Not really. So
We learned that when we did go walk it off, that sometimes caused other problems.
you get walking it off is like this, Anna. If you're already in an emotional state of mind, do you think silence is a good idea?
That very much depends.
For some people, it is.
Mm-hmm.
For some people, that don't do nothing but open up your head more.
Right.
Now, I get it for some people. Some people need some silence. I mean, some of the emotional things they go through is a whole bunch of noise. I get it. But for some people, you tell them to go take a walk, and they're like, This is rough. And you don't even know what the anyway, y'all get the point. Am I the a-hole? All right, I'm gonna start off 2026 doing the one thing that I really enjoy doing. Because she's my little sister and I love her so much. But she is my little sister. And I know what ticks her off since we've been doing this for so long. So, of course, Anna, you have the first thing. You can use the rest of your energy on this so you can get a good night's sleep because you're going to be really upset. And when you're done, I'm going to have fun by literally losing my ever-loving mind. Haven't done that in a while. Because I haven't done it in a while since we ain't been on, but still, haven't done it in a while. So here we go. Get over it.
I, 38 male, was a mess before meeting my wife, 37 female. A really big mess. I was an alcoholic, had poor hygiene, was hopping from job to job, etc. But she saw something in me that no one else did, not even me. I loved her. I loved her so, so much. We were only 1 year into our relationship before getting married. I didn't listen to people saying it was too soon. I was so in love. She turned my life upside down. I was a better man, all thanks to her. I was 23 when she gave birth to my son. That was the happiest day of my life. Everything was going great. As he got older, he resembled his mother so much. His wavy black hair, his face shape, eyes, lips, everything he had, he got from his mother. He was the male version of my wife. We didn't have a strong bond, but we talked sometimes. He was definitely a lot closer to his mother, but I was okay with that. My life was perfect, but then everything came crashing down in one phone call. I was told my wife and son were in a car accident. I rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately by then my beautiful wife had passed. My son was still alive, unconscious on a hospital bed, but in that moment all I could think of was how my soulmate, my love, my everything was gone. However, son made a full recovery. It hurt my heart every time I looked at him. I began to hate him and avoided him like the plague. The thought of him making it but not my wife made me furious. I would never hurt him, but if it came down to him or her, it's obvious who I would choose.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I started drinking again, my mental health was very poor, and I'd get into arguments with my son often. My life was the definition of hell. 4 days ago, my son was yelling at me for being the worst father ever, and was ranting about how he needs help and how horrible his life was. I understand that he was hurting, but so was I. I was ignoring him because I had already heard this rant a million times, but then he snatched a beer out of my hand and threw it on the floor. That's when I snapped. I told him, "You're not the only one suffering. Stop being so self-centered. Just get over yourself." There was more that I was going to say, but he left the house. I made it no effort to follow him, or assuming he just needed to be alone. I haven't seen or heard from him since. The police have been looking for him, but deep down, I hope he doesn't come back. I know that sounds bad, but I shouldn't be forced to take care of someone just because I'm related to them. I'm only human, and I already spend most of my life depressed. I just want a fresh start. I do hope he's doing well, but not welcome back in my home. Besides, why would he even want to live with the worst father ever? He's old enough to care for himself. Like I said, I'm only human. He expected so much from me when I was suffering just as much. So, am I the astronaut? Update, he came back 2 days ago. I'm not sure who he was with, or if he was even with anyone, but we haven't said a word to each other. I'm not going into detail. I just came on to say that he's not on the streets anymore.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Bro, you need help. For real. You really, really need help. And I'm going to tell you why you really, really need help. You love your wife so much. The love of your life, your soulmate, blah, 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 all that stuff. I got all that. Do you know what that means, though? You love your wife so much that you could care less about someone who's half her. That boy is half of your wife, your soulmate, the one that was there for you, the one that helped you when you had no one that would help you, and you abandoned him. You lost a wife, he lost a mom. But let's double it. Since we're keeping scores on how people are feeling. Okay? Fine. Try not to get emotional so I can get through this. We're talking about somebody who lost his mom. Oh, by the way, he lost his mom in the same fucking accident that he was in his car. He survived. Survivor's grief. And she died. Survivor's guilt, sorry. Survivor's guilt.
There's both, so yeah.
And she died. Since we're keeping score, he's two to your one. And you got upset because he grabbed your beer. I want to say that out loud again so you can pay closer attention. You really got upset, grabbed your beer and threw it on the ground. He's giving you a speech, and you don't know this, but I have a feeling it is true. He's giving you the speech to save your damn life because you're spiraling. And he's trying to save you. And you won't listen. I don't know what the dynamic in your marriage is. I hope it's not what I'm saying that. I hope it's not what I think it is. Really don't. Really hope it's not. But I do have a feeling, Anna, that this guy got his shit together as long as she was there. And now that she's not, you don't know what the fuck to do. And this, you have to figure it out. So I know everybody think I was gonna go in on him and you the worst piece of trash and blah, blah, blah. Man, I ain't got time for all that. I ain't got time to put you down because what good is it gonna do? You're already down. I can't put you, nobody can put you more down than what you're doing to yourself. I'll tell you that off the bat, bruh. Your son left the house. You didn't even look for him?
Your wife would be so disappointed in you if she could see what she was leaving behind. This is one of those situations where we would, if we had the power, go back to unmake it. Because rather than put someone through this pain, and I mean the son, it's less cruel. Anyway.
Tracy said, you know this is a deep depression, right? You know, this is just deep depression.
This is what? Sorry.
She said this is deep depression.
Oh, yes, I'm very familiar with depression. But that you actually disassociate from your son. I don't know, this leaves me with really few words because this is something that's so rare. But there's something that's not hooked up, that this man did not get the biological memo that, hey, this guy is half of you too. Let alone half your wife that you said you loved. And you know what? It is hard for a lot of parents who they make it through. They have to be the primary parent because they are the only parent now. They look at their kid, and for a bit, all you can see is the one you lost. But there will be healing in that. So that when you look at them, you are reminded of all of the good things you had. So we are not promised any amount of days with the loves of our life. I'm making all the dogs upset now. Shush. The dog next door is now just howling and baying. Ah. Shush. Please. Of course not. Ah.
This guy needs therapy.
This guy needs more than therapy. But there is something missing from him. He very well may need medicine. Like there is something seriously missing in his chemistry.
Well, he has a twofold situation, Anna. One, you know, I'm with Tracy. I think that he is depressed. But two, and most importantly, I think he's an alcoholic, and that's not helping into depression at all. So, yeah, I know the story circulates around how you treat your son. It is a huge portion of the story. I'm not saying that it's not. What I am saying is, I don't want you to think anything would change if your son hadn't said anything to you. I don't want you to think anything would change if your son did not look like your wife. I don't want you to think those are the elements that's making you do and feel the way you feel. I think it's a lot deeper than that, and you need to handle that situation. And you're just not. So, yeah, you need to You need to get a handle on this before you get what you're asking for, and that's to be alone. You know what you said beforehand? You was drinking a lot, your hygiene was bad and everything else. Again, if your whole support group is gone, or what you deem as your whole support group, because apparently you ain't even trying to find a new one. You just, oh, well, it is what it is. What makes you think you're not going to go back to that same situation? And I'm not hoping this on you. I'm not coming with the fire and brimstone. I'm not even going to call you an asshole. I think you need fucking help, bruh. That's it. I just think you need damn help. You need help since yesterday. So, yeah, I'm done. I can't do nothing but say the same thing over and over again. Bless your son. Bless your son. Cause if you'll get your shit together, that's the last. God, it's so heartbreaking. That's the last of your family. That's the last of your children. That's the last of your wife.
Yep.
That you let walk out the door.
And one day you will realize that, and you will kick yourself down even more if you don't get help.
Or sit there in your chair and pick up another 6 bottles of beer and drink yourself to sleep. I know what the drinking of the alcohol is for. I'm myself working on it. Numb the pain and fall asleep so you can get through the day. That's all it is. Numb the pain and sleep throughout the day. It's gonna catch up to you, bro. And when it do, you ain't gonna be ready for it. Remember I told you earlier about your body telling you need to chill out? Or I'm going to chill out for you?
No.
Now, let your body chill out for you and you're alone. But hey, what I know, you'll get mad at me and tell me to get out too, and then don't look for me. Or, well, you should look for me. You don't know who the hell I am. But anyway, last segment of the night. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that like button. I will truly appreciate it. Mafia video of the week. And of course, the Mafia video of the week is from Tracy. I held on to it for a while. Hate that I did it. Hey, Anna, you remember the Jeffersons?
Yes.
Oh, good. You'll enjoy this or not. I am so tired just from watching this video. That man did not stop moving throughout the whole act. The Jeffersons, during its heyday, was one of the most popular shows on the air, bar none.
Mm-hmm.
Norman Lear has this thing about finding, and I'm not going to get into this conspiracy about him stealing people's stuff, but Sanford and Son, All in the Family, Jeffersons, you know, he just kept racking them up. And the Jeffersons was one of the most popular show on the air. Having said that, it wasn't that damn popular that Sherman Hemsley can go on a show, do his George Jefferson dance, sing some song where I couldn't figure out what the fuck he was even saying, lip sync the whole thing, dance through the whole thing, doing the same slide and everything. Bruh.
Eyes in the dark, always watching. What? What?
Anna, I listened to that song about 2-3 times. I went, the fuck is he talking about? What? Whose eyes? Your
We
daddy
don't
and
get to know.
dad. I don't know. Your dad
Yeah.
is scared we gonna go out. You damn right, my dad. I'm scared she going out. You got some damn eyes watching her in the dark. I don't know who the fuck this is, a stalker. Hey, you need to bring my daughter home. I don't even know what the hell is going on. That was cringy. But leave it up to Tracy to find the most cringy videos out there, because add it to the list. Add this to the list, because holy crap, that was painful to get through. And I love the Jeffersons. I love George Jefferson. I think he's an icon. But that was painful to watch. That
That looked like the man was wrapped up in rubber bands and went, okay, dance now.
And by the way, do anybody ever want to explain what the 80s were like? Okay, here's what the 80s were like. One, we had musical TV shows. I don't know what the fuck or why we did it. Two, whatever you put on, no matter what it was, Anna, if you're on one of these shows, it got to be glitter. It can't be just plain. Nope. It got to be something you can see from the moon. Why? What were we thinking? Good Lord, we need to get a life in the 80s. That was, what was the show that was in the 80s that it was on for a while? Gold something. Solid Gold. Solid Gold. There was a show in the 80s called Solid Gold, 70s and 80s. That was just like that. You don't remember that show?
This might have missed me. No, I don't.
Is Mama Hart around?
She's in the living room and TV is on, so.
She ain't gonna hear you. We get up there, ask Mama Hart, have she ever heard of Solid Gold?
Okay.
But yeah. Anyway, final video of the night, which is just a bonus video because we did not do best of, worst of,
That's right.
last year and everything else. But
Yeah.
I did get to the point where I said, okay, at the very least, I could do the best videos of the year. And coming in at runner-up, rap in 2070.
I mean, Richie Work Boss Rich. Evo. You already know. Look. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. I'm a meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow
Okay, this is runner up for two things. One is Spidey. I did not know that they was doing dog and cat. I had not a clue. I just thought it was some stupid mumble rap. Number two, the last guy that was rapping, we've heard it before. The mumble rap was around for a long time, and when you ain't saying much of anything, you can say anything quickly and sound like you do it really good. You're not spitting out rhymes. I don't even know what the hell you just said. And you don't know what the hell you said. Some matter of fact, I even go out on a limb and say none of this shit is written down on a piece of paper at all anywhere. Mm. But that is our runner-up. Can't help this to be the winner because it still, to this day, cracks me up. It still, to this day, is going to be one of my favorite videos. It's still, to this day, going to stay on my board until I get sick and tired of even looking at it. The winner, yep, Anna, the winner of 2025 Best Video of the Year, Stalker Much. Ooh, we going to the last video of the night. Should we take this as a beautiful moment, or should we run?
Hey, I just want to say that if I lose you in this lifetime, that I'll find you in every lifetime. And that's a threat. Because where the hell you think you going? You think you're just going to leave me here by myself? Nope. You know too much. And more importantly, I know too much about you. Sorry, bro. That's what you signed up for when you said ride or die. It's not my fault you didn't see the asterisk sign on die. We're going to have our own show on Lifetime. We're going to have renewed seasons and reruns. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Okay.
It's the facial expressions that got me. I'm sorry. That was phenomenal. That is phenomenal. Because Anna was acting like the dude was talking to her. She was like, the fuck did you just say?
This is what it's like, you know, when you can't see it, but you're hearing it, you're listening to it, and you're like, the fuck did you just say to me?
Like, okay, you was listening to it. Can you see your camera? I mean, can you see it though?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want you to listen to it. Don't listen to it. I want you to see your expression through the whole thing.
I lived it.
Good God, it was hilarious. It was just like
You've come up with a lot of times where you're like, I wish you guys could see behind the camera.
But
I react to a lot.
You do. It's amazing. We're gonna have a great 2026 when I finally get to see Anna do one of the Everybody A-hole stories, and she's in the background because nobody can see. In case you don't know, when the video is up, it blocks us all out. But I can still see everybody. I can still see me. I can still see Anna. I can still see Thiz. I can still see everybody. And there been some videos in the past of Everybody A-hole where Anna would just go, and it kills me every time because she can't just flash it. She just have to slowly. I'm like, what the hell? Why is she doing this? Nobody can see it but her.
It is for me. It makes me feel better.
Oh my God. Also, in case you don't know, I done got to the point where I know Anna is going to go off on a story. Not all of them are Am I the A-hole? There's some political stories too that we have done. But I know when Anna is going to go off because Anna will be in the background and she be chilled at first. She's just listening and listening. But man, when she start yeah, when she start messing with her hair, oh, it's about to get rough. It's about to go down. It's almost like she's switching on, like her hair doesn't move. Like literally, it stays in the same spot she did it at. It's not like she's parting it in anything else. She just does. It's the same spot, but I'm like, oh, shit. You're gonna get kicked off the air. I can see this now. And I can't, and trust me, you can't stop her. I can't stop Thiaz either. Believe me.
No.
And Thiaz is the worst of both of us. But when Anna gets to rolling, woo, it's up there. But in a way, that is our show for 2026, our first show. Thiaz will eventually be back. His January and February are just wild. So
yeah, true.
So, and mine too. Honestly, I'm glad I can do the shows on the weekend now because being to work at 7:00 in the morning, it's not fun. However, getting off at 3:00 in the afternoon is fun. Getting up at 5.
I used to work at 6 to 2. I liked it.
Yeah, but waking up at 5:30 though.
No, I didn't like that.
No, so thank goodness, and I mean that's why we don't do a Sunday show. But thank goodness we can combine the shows and we can do this, and we will be back next week. Anna, tell everybody where they can find you.
I'm at BerliaEtc.com or here on Saturday nights.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, non-conforming individuals, and of course,
I'm assuming you're LGBTQ.
I appreciate Anna. Thiaz will be back probably in March. And until next time, we will see you when we see you. Peace.
Stay strong out there, everyone. Look both ways.
Yes, because we have eyes in the dark, apparently.
Yeah, you know. If you see eyes in the dark, Do not look both ways. Just immediately run.
Bye.